You might need to explain things. Just a quick summary. Because I don't know if it worked.
So we're live again now? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
So just do a quick summary.
So a quick summary. I'm teaching Thomas how to play the old Star Wars CCG from Decipher from back in the late 90s. We've sort of messed up our intro, but working on things now. Okay. Thomas is taking his first turn. He just put out 2 new locations, and now he's looking at where to start deploying things, or...
Okay. I can see it now.
What he's
We're
doing.
good. We're good.
So... Okay, so you've got 3 available. You could pay and bring those out here. You have to deploy to a location where you either have people or things already, except droids, because they don't have ability. So they don't provide presence. But you can deploy to those icons. Those are both would be legal plays. 2 things to consider. If he's here alone without any support and I drop something bigger, I could take this from you in a fight and you might suffer some losses. So sometimes it's better to save up your force, because you can save your force if you don't use it this turn, and you'll have it again available next turn.
So, it could...
Or, the other thing to consider too is where you can move to. So there are interrupts and things that will let you move things around. You can pick them up and move them on ships, or they can walk to adjacent sites. But right now, especially if you're deploying a TIE fighter here, which doesn't even have a hyperdrive, and there's no other systems in play, it's going to be stuck there for the foreseeable future. Unless you brought a ship that could pick it up and take it, if there's someplace to take it, eventually. So, you need to have at least 4 total ability in order to draw Battle Destiny. So when you get into a battle, they battle using their power. So Stormtrooper only has power of 1, and it only has ability of 1. So if you don't have ability 4, you don't have the ability to draw a Battle Destiny to add extra to your combat total. So, would you like to just save up for now, or do you want to...
this technically, just costs 1 force.
Yes.
Has the dog had supper?
So if you want, you could play 1...
Barry? Has the dog had supper?
No.
Okay.
And put the Stormtrooper there. And save the other 2 for potential use next turn, or to draw cards. Because you also draw cards from any unused force at the end of your turn. When you decide you're done doing whatever else, you decide, okay, I'm going to end my turn, I'll draw 1 more, okay, I'll stop there. Whatever, depending how many you've got left. And you can leave extra force to use to react to things or to use next turn. So all this is your life force, and then anything you use at the end of the turn goes back onto your deck. So you're just going to put down the 1 Stormtrooper for this turn?
Yeah.
Okay. And then before we restock that, are you going to want to draw any cards this turn, or are you happy with what you've got in your hand?
I'm happy with what I got.
Okay. So it's my turn. I get 1 personal force, plus 2 for my war room, plus 1 for the docking bay at Tatooine, and 1 for the docking bay at Endor. So I've got 5 total to work with. Now.
Maybe I should have... No, I just realized I should have grabbed a card.
So this is where things are going to start to get interesting, because I'm going to develop the space line a lot more here, because I've got a lot of locations in my hand. I'm going to bring out Yavin 4's docking bay. And you see on docking bays, it says your docking bay transit from here requires, and it gives you how many force. So on this one, it would require me 2 force and you 1 force. So you can take a group of individuals or ships or, vehicles from one site of a docking bay to another docking bay.
Alright.
But you need to pay that much force to do it. And it would be just like from this docking bay, I could either use docking bay transit and go to a different docking bay, or I could walk them to the site next door, the other Yavin 4 site. So that's how things move around. Now I'm going to play my version of the same card, Tatooine Docking Bay 94, which converts yours, because yours was in play first. Now what this does is it makes my transit a little cheaper and yours a little more expensive. I'm also going to play Tatooine Mos Eisley. So this gives us each force. Mine has, during your control phase, you may move for free from here directly to Cantina. So if I get the Cantina out, it's easy to move from this to the Cantina, or vice versa. I'm also going to bring out Kessel. Kessel is another space location. I'm going to stick it over here for now, because we're running out of space already. We got a lot. Usually the space line doesn't grow this quickly in my experience, but it can. It's all the way out at Sector 8, so it's a long way away from Coruscant, and not very many ships that I can think of could move directly from Coruscant to Kessel with no stops in between yet. So there's that. Oh, and light side towards me. So this actually gives you more force than it is me. But that
Just adjust that because we couldn't see your stuff there.
Yeah.
So you're good now.
So now we got to figure out what we're doing here. Do I feel confident to start plunking things down? Ooh, not quite yet. I am going to. I'm going to end my turn and draw some cards. So I'll draw 1, I'll draw 2, I'll draw 3.
So
that should give me enough
to
work with.
So it's my turn now?
No, I'll draw 4 and then I'll end my turn.
You should have told your brother. Maybe he could have come and watched on YouTube.
Maybe.
I mean,
maybe.
I could call him.
Uncle Dave and I used to play this a lot. You can tell him to call him and tell him if you like.
Okay.
So now, this is the 2 force you had left over. So you start by activating 1 for yourself. Activate 1 for you. And then 1 for every icon facing you on the space line here. So we'll go from this end. 2 more for Coruscant. So activate 2 more. Activate 1 for Yavin. 1 for Tatooine Docking Bay. 1 for Mos Eisley.
Hey Dave, it's Angela. How are you?
1 for Endor Docking Bay. And 2 for Kessel.
I was just curious if you're busy right now.
So
I
get some.
So that's all the force you just activated. So you've got that much you can use to deploy things now. Or if you don't, you can use them to draw cards at the end of the turn or whatever.
So like, do I take some cards from here?
For what?
Like,
for activating, you just did. For your hand? No. Drawing cards happens at the end of your turn and you draw cards from this pile that you just activated.
Then I should have, grabbed a card at the end of my last turn.
Probably, if you needed more cards, yeah.
So
right now, for this turn, you're stuck with what's in your hand to work with, basically.
And how many points do I have?
Okay.
How many points do I have?
Yeah, get the
How many did you just activate? You can count what's in the pile if you want. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 here, I think.
Well,
yeah, you got 11. So you can pay up to 11 points worth of deploy on things. Or you can pay, 2 force to move this guy for somewhere else. Okay, so you're bringing out Vader with lightsaber. Okay. Rules for this. It is possible to put ships at a docking bay. Or to land starfighters at a site. But if you do, they don't have power.
oh,
And if there's no system here, they can't take off either.
so I guess I'll have to.
You could put it there, or you could wait for something.
Oops.
else to do with it. It's up to you.
All right.
So I guess I could also put this down.
You have enough to pay for that if you want to. Yes. This guy, just so you're aware, though, adds 3 to the power of anything he pilots. It's important to read their text sometimes.
Oh.
So he's a pilot. And when piloting a Star Destroyer at a battleground system, adds 1 to your force drains here and at each other battleground system controlled by a Star Destroyer within 2 parsecs. So he can help you in space more than on the ground, I think. But so you gotta pay 6 for the Vader. So you activate. Did Dave say he'd come?
He said he'd take a link, so
2,
I sent him the link.
3,
I don't know who else to share it or who else to
4,
share it.
5, 6. Okay, so that's for Vader. Now, it's good to keep a couple of force available for things like using weapons or reacting. Because this Darth Vader has got a lightsaber equipped. It's Darth Vader with lightsaber. And so, permanent weapon is Vader's lightsaber. Make target a character or creature for free. So this one, you don't have to pay to use that weapon. But a lot of the time, if you're deploying weapons, you would have to use. Okay?
But, like, the Stormtrooper card, it, like, shows that, like...
It shows he has a blaster in the picture, but you don't have a blaster card on him, and he doesn't have... See that bottom icon there? That's a weapon included on the card, instead of playing it as a separate card. Most weapons you have to play as a separate card.
So, the Storm... It shows, like, an icon there for, like...
That's a warrior icon. That means he can use weapons.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what that blue icon is.
You know, I should probably take a picture.
So are you going to
for
deploy
the-
anything else, or are you good with that? Now, we shouldn't do this. It's been a while, I'm rusty. But, technically speaking, we missed a step. We missed a step. Early on, before we started deploying stuff, you should have done your force drains. So at any site which you controlled, which has icons on my side, you can force drain it. So that would force me, since you controlled it, to lose that many force. So here it's 1 icon, so I would have to lose a force. I could lose it from my hand, or I could lose it from my deck, or even my active force. You can lose it from either or.
So it is useful.
It is. So you should. So you want to force drain me for one? We'll pretend it happened before you deployed Vader.
Yeah.
Okay. I would lose 1 off the top of my deck in this case. Oh, I lost Boshek. He's a fairly strong character in this deck, actually, because he's got ability 4. He can draw Destiny all on his own. It's nowhere near as strong as Vader, but he's still a pretty sizable character. Could beat up your Stormtrooper pretty handily on his own. So I lost one of my pretty good characters. Alright, so then you played Vader. So now, are you going to play anything else?
No.
Do you want to move anywhere, or are you happy with them where they are?
I'm happy with where they are.
Okay. If you wanted to move them, say, here, next turn you could force drain me for 2 instead of just the 1.
But couldn't I just, like, simply, like
You
maybe
could move just one of them over if you want. That is possible. So you want to move just the Stormtrooper?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to pay 1 for that. No, not activate 1. Of the force you have active, you use 1 to move. Okay? Now, you ready to end your turn?
Yeah.
You can draw as many cards as you want out of your active pile.
Oh.
So
I'll do. Okay. I just got.
okay, you don't have to tell me. Are you ready? Are you done? You got enough cards, or?
I think what I got will do
Okay.
just good enough.
Alright. So then at the end of your turn, your used pile goes under your deck. And you're saving 2 force for next turn or in case you need to do something. Alright? My turn. I'm activating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, I had a plan, but I think I might modify it here. Because you've left me a bit of an opening. So I'm going to make a run at that poor lonely stormtrooper he left all by himself in Mos Eisley. He's very vulnerable there. That's part of learning.
It says one watching, so I don't know if
Right.
it's actually somebody or not.
So I'm going to pay 3. And Han
Somebody-
Solo just
somebody's
showed
there.
up
Hi.
in Mos Eisley. Then I'm going to pay actually 0. Because I've got a rebel trooper who deploys for free to same as one of your rebels. Han's a rebel with ability greater than 2. He has ability 3. So I'm up to ability 4 with Han Solo and a rebel trooper.
Oops. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Alright. Next I will pay 1, 2, 3 and bring out C-3PO.
Oh, there we go.
Shiny metal droid
I don't know.
who has an ability that gives total power at same site as +2 for each of your droid rebel pairs present, including C-3PO. He also gives a forfeit bonus to R2-D2, but there's no R2-D2.
Oh,
so
this is the second person.
so
now.
I've got at least one droid rebel pair here, so he's going to give me some bonus for that. And then I will pay 1 and bring out Baru Lars, Luke's aunt, because I have another character and I might as well throw everything I got at this. So this is probably going to hurt a little bit unless you've got a trick up your sleeve. There are a couple of tricks you might have up your sleeve because that deck has some red cards which can let you move things as an interrupt or can strengthen your troopers and stuff. So
Or
we'll
there-
see.
Or there
There's
could-
even ones that cancel battles, I believe.
Do you want me to tell you if somebody ever says anything?
Yeah, if someone says a
Okay.
comment that's relevant, let me know. And I will pay 1 to activate battle there.
I'm just gonna go plug this in the kitchen.
Okay. So, how battle works. Oh, okay. So, first, what's my total power here? I've got 3 plus 1 is 4, 5, 6 power. Plus, I have a rebel droid pair, so that gives me another +2. So I've got a total of 8 power.
that against 1.
Your power is 1. So, unless you've got something to play...
You have a comment. Mr. Super Dave is just getting a quick refresher course. That poor stormtrooper.
Yep. That poor stormtrooper. And this is why it's dangerous to leave the people alone. So, do you have any red cards in your hand that you think might help the situation? Something that'll let him move, something that'll cancel a battle, something that'll make him stronger. Any of those things might help.
I have Starfighter straight ahead.
I think that's an effect, not an interrupt.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll go with no. So I've got 8 power to your 1, and I've got 4 ability here. So I get to draw Battle Destiny. So that means I'd look at the top card of my deck, and whatever the Destiny number in the top corner is, I add that to my total.
That
Oh, you're lucky. It's a location. So that counts as a 0. It doesn't have a number there. So you don't have to worry about attrition. Yeah, that was the location. So he lucked out on the Destiny draw. Oh, wait a minute. Once during battle, may use 1 force to cancel a previous Destiny draw and draw again. That's Han Solo's special ability. So if I had bad luck, which I just did, I can use a force and draw again. So I'm going to do that. Let's try and remember how my cards work here. So Han Solo, I cancel that 0, and I'm going to draw again to replace it. I got a 4. So 4 plus 8 is 12. Your power is 1. So how much did I win by?
A lot.
12 minus 1 is how much?
11.
Right. So you need to lose 11 force. And at least 4 of it from the Battle Destiny has to come from this location. So, your Stormtrooper's going to die no matter what, basically. Unless you had something to make him immune to attrition, but even then you would have to lose the force elsewhere. So, you have to lose a total of 11 force. Stormtrooper has forfeit of 2. So you can sacrifice the Stormtrooper for 2 of it from this location.
I guess I'll have to do that.
Okay, so he goes into your discard pile. That leaves 9 more you have to get rid of. Again, it can be from your hand or from your deck.
I guess I'll also, like, forfeit the card.
Okay, generally speaking, if that guy might be useful to you, it's better to only discard things from your hand if you don't think you're going to be able to use it. If it's something that you don't think you'll be able to use, discard it from your hand. Otherwise, it's better to lose things from your deck.
Well, right now, like, I can't use an effect.
No. Is it something that you should have deployed on table? Deploy on table. Your force generation is +1 at systems you control. Opponents, non-unique starfighters, deploy +1 or +2 to the system you occupy. So yeah, this would have given you a bit more force generation from the sites, which would have given you more, and it cost nothing to deploy. So you could have just thrown the set on the table at any time.
So I guess I could deploy it.
You on your turn.
Oh.
So it's important to read your cards. We're learning a lot here. I know
There's like a card that I want to use, but I also don't want to like forfeit it because.
Well, if you think you still might be able to use it, hold on to it and just lose cards from your deck.
I think I may have to forfeit a TIE fighter.
Okay. If you want, you can. These act like the troopers do, the stormtroopers or the rebel troopers, where they're free if you deploy them next to a Star Destroyer. Just so you know. So if you play a Star Destroyer, you can throw this in for free to support. That's how those work. They're not a strong ship, but they're a good support freebie. So that's 1. You have 8 more that you have to lose either from your deck or hand. So is there anything else you want to lose from your hand? Otherwise, 8 more cards off the top of your deck.
I only have like I think I'm gonna have to.
Lose from the top of your deck?
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 more. And just flip them over 1. So you lost a Blizzard Walker. 2. Elite Squadron Stormtrooper.
Coffee.
You're too little for coffee.
3
I want a coffee.
How
is
about
a
hot
site
chocolate?
you having for docking bay.
Okay.
4 is another Stormtrooper. Elite Squadron Stormtrooper. 5, regular Stormtrooper. 6, Mara Jade, the Emperor's Hand. 7 is the A613, and 1 more, Kir Kanos. So that's unfortunate. You lost some hard hitters there, but
Of course she is. You all did it.
I think nothing you can't recover from at this point. So, that was the battle. End of my turn. I'm going to draw my last card. And I'm going to let you go. So now it's your turn. You... does control come before force activation? I forget. Where do I have a rule book handy? I should have a rule book handy. Yeah, here we go.
There is something I would...
Activate control. So yeah, first you activate your force, then you force drain. So first you activate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Activate 9 force. It's got to be one at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus what? You had 2 here before?
Yeah.
So that means you've got 11 again to work with.
That's one away from what I want to bring out.
That's unfortunate.
So tidy, you're gonna just.
So I think I may just wait another turn.
You shouldn't.
So you're not going to do anything?
That's gonna.
You've got nothing in your hand you want to play to support Vader or to increase your generation like that effect that you showed me, or...
Maybe I could, like, put down
Okay,
this.
it doesn't go on any particular site, but deploys on table. Your force generation is +1 at systems you control. Opponents not... Okay, so... No, you... Okay. So you only control a system if you have a ship there and I don't.
Just taste. Okay, you gotta let it cool down for a bit. You can take it outside, but don't.
Well,
So right now, there's no ship there, so it's not actually doing anything for you, but
but
it would give you...
Yeah, it's hot.
It does still make it harder. Opponents, non-unique starfighters deploy
Don't do that. It's hot. You gotta let it sit.
+1.
Here, get outside.
So it does make my ships a little,
Put it somewhere really.
starfighters at least,
Run your sister
a little more, cost more to deploy. That's what it does right now.
You're gonna have to take her downstairs if she's coming out.
So, is there anything else you want to play?
She's already in.
Either something to support Vader or... You could also choose to move Vader if you want.
technically I could have, like, this support Vader.
You could put Dan's Borden down there. Yeah, he gives you an extra power and 3 more forfeit. And, you know, he's a guy there. His main use is usually as a pilot, because he adds 3 to the power of anything he's piloting. Whereas on the ground he only adds 1 to power, because he only, you know. So wherever you think he'll be best, but if you want, you can put him there. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
So you're putting him with Vader.
Ooh,
there.
you're cold, baby.
So it costs 2. 2 to play.
Oh, you're cold.
1, 2.
Don't you even think about
Are you
it.
going to leave them there, or you want to move them to a different location? Because it's a docking bay, you can move them to either of the other docking bays in play.
I think I might actually... But wait, if I were to move them to... Like, I could move them to Mos Eisley, but that would start a battle.
You could move them to Mos Eisley. That doesn't start a battle, because move phase comes after battle phase. But that sets you up for a battle on my turn. So I would then dictate the terms of the battle. So I might drop, another guy and then battle with even more stuff.
You know what, I'm just gonna, like... I'm just gonna move them to here.
You're moving them over to Endor?
Yeah.
Okay. Docking Bay Transit. From Tatooine costs 2, so you gotta pay 2 to move those guys over.
But I should get enough to put down the
Should I do a quick
card
short?
that I want to put down.
If you want to.
You can say what you're doing.
So
just
I'm
really
trying
quick.
to move these up here just so they're... I'm gonna put this system over here just so it's... there's no good place. We're a little bit constrained here. We shouldn't have those two
Just a second.
systems that close to each other, but they are because we're running out of table space.
Okay, Barry.
Yeah.
It's like 60 seconds, so just do a quick splurge what you're doing.
Alright, hi, I'm teaching Thomas how to play the Star Wars collectible card game. This is a game that I used to play quite a bit when I was younger, and he's learning quite a bit because we've already had our first battle and it didn't go well for the poor lonely stormtrooper. But here we go, and hopefully we're having a good time doing it. So.
Yeah, and if we're still live, go check that out. And if we're not, go check the replay.
Right.
Are you going to win a battle, Thomas? Are you going to win a battle, Thomas?
Well, if there's any space battles, what I want to put down may be the key.
Okay.
We'll see. Alright. See you, hopefully talk to you later. Come check out our stream. So you move those guys over. Are you done?
Yeah.
Alright. Do you want to draw any more of your cards?
I'm gonna draw one.
Okay. You good with the one?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, my turn. So I activate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 force. Alright. Now I have to decide what I want to do with all this. I had a plan, but because I had to now redeploy things. Well, we'll start with control phase. I do control this site. I'll force drain you for 1. You have to lose a force from somewhere. If you're going to lose, you're probably better to lose from your deck than your active pile, just because this is more useful to you. Being active.
Nope.
Okay, so you lost a... this is a split card from one of the reflection sets. Gich and the Rebels Won't Escape Us. Gich is great because it's a lost, like that battle with the Stormtrooper. If you'd had this in your hand, after you lost the Stormtrooper, you could use this from your hand to cancel all the rest of the battle damage you would have had. So instead of having to discard 8 or 9 cards from your deck, you would have just used this one. That's what this card is really useful for. Unfortunately, you didn't have it in your hand at the time. But that's one of the main uses of that card. Anyway, so that was the one for the force drain. I am going to...
You know what might be a good idea is maybe next time your brother and you and Thomas are around together, you guys, or Dave can help give him ideas.
Maybe. Oh.
Since I know nothing about this game.
I'm going to make a move on space. So 1, 2... Oh, this is 3, 4. You know what? This is just awkward. I wish I had a cheaper pilot in my hand. You know what? I'm going to hold off. I'm going to just wait and draw some more cards because my stock in my hand is getting a little thin. So I force drain you for 1. I will... I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4 and move my 4 people over to the docking bay in case you decide to come back. And then I'm going to draw a couple. So I'll draw 1, draw 2, 3. Oh, come on.
That's not milk.
Why can't I draw something useful? I'll draw 4. Dang.
You got unlucky?
Yeah, I'm drawing all things that are not useful in this situation for me. And I'll draw 5. Oh, that's so bad. Your turn.
So I get So I'm gonna.
So you get to activate. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That you can activate 9 more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So.
Oh, this is bad.
How much do I have?
You can count as well as I can if you didn't know how much was there to add to your 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you got 15 force available.
So I may have.
I don't know what anything about it.
So I'm gonna split this and have.
Okay.
this-
You have a choice as to where you're going to put that.
Maybe explain what he's trying to put down too.
So, yeah. Yeah, you could put that there. Keep in mind, at Coruscant, you can force drain me +1. So even though I don't have a location, you can force drain me for 1 there. But is
Thank
Sector
you, Rio.
0,
Rio says smash that like all.
what Thomas is putting down, for those who can't see that far away, is Flagship Executor.
Oh, no, I can't. The light, sorry. There. It's reflecting
Flagship
off the...
Executor.
There we
which
go.
is one of the largest ships in the game. Power 12.
Thank you, Rio. Thanks for stopping
with
by.
Admiral Chiro aboard, so it can draw Destiny, and it gives force drain bonuses. Where? Add 1 to your force drains here, and at each other battleground system controlled by a Star Destroyer within 2 parsecs. So there's not anything within 2 parsecs of Coruscant right now, but so Coruscant gives you +1 to force drain, and so does Chiro. So you can force drain me for 2 there next turn.
So having it right there is pretty handy.
It is pretty handy. Yeah. And that's pretty big, so I'm going to have to come up with quite a force to try to challenge it, if I'm going to try and challenge it. So, are you done for the turn? Or you had to pay how much for this? You had to pay
Second.
12 plus 3, 15. So you had 16. So that's almost all your pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that's 15. That's your whole pile to play that. So you done?
Yep.
And, okay, we're getting out of order again here.
Okay,
Before we
Rio
play
is
that-
modding at Civic. Minimum appreciate your hard work, fam. Keep
before
looking
you
ahead.
play
Thank
that,
you.
You should have force drained me.
Star Wars is awesome, by the way. Is Baby Yoda in this TCG? No, this is a lot older than Baby Yoda.
Yeah, this only has episodes 1, 4, 5, and 6 represented in this game, plus some stuff from the old books. That's all that was in this game. You must lose force for any reason, reduce the loss. By using, yeah, no. I'm just going to discard it. Could be worse as my one for the force string. And then you're deployed your stuff. My turn. This gets restocked. And I activate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I'm not sure if you ever told me, but how do you decide who wins?
Whoever runs out of deck.
Okay. So that I guess that's kind of similar to Pokemon. One of the ways to...
In a way, yeah. Alright. Okay, so I'm starting to lose faith at my ability to win the battle in space. So what I'm gonna do, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is play Chewbacca on the ground to give me a big strength boost on the ground and see if I can't pick a fight there. I can also play another Rebel Trooper for free.
So you got like a better ground force, but I got a better space force.
Currently, yes. I will then pay... Your docking bay transit force from here requires 1, so I'm going to pay 1
Agent.
and move my group.
So here's them.
Eton Mall.
Oh shoot. See, yes, this is the thing. Never mind, I can't get there from here because this is on Endor. And Endor in general is a pretty heavily shielded planet and controlled by your side. So, your docking bay transit from here, if I was trying to transit out of here, I would have to pay 7. But my transit to here requires plus 9. So I would have to pay my 1 plus 9.
Blue Death.
I don't have 10 force, so I can't get there right now. So,
White.
I'm just going to draw a couple cards and leave that for now. So I'll draw 1,
Yellow.
I'll draw
RSS.
2, I'll draw 3, oh come on, I'll draw 4, you've got to be kidding me.
No luck?
Well, the thing is, I'm only activating 9, which is enough to play what I have in my hand, which isn't quite enough to do anything with.
Okay.
So, but then I'm not drawing anything helpful. I'm gonna draw it. Your turn. I've got this big army which I can't get to him, and he's got that big army which I can't touch right now.
Thomas is just...
And it's Thomas's turn. So you can activate your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 force.
2.
10 force, because this gives you an extra 1 because you control the system.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 down here,
Take her downstairs, please.
and there
Take
is
it downstairs.
Mommy, I need to go outside.
No, it's getting too dark.
So you've got 9, and do you have things you want to deploy? Or wait a second, before deploy, force strains. You can force strain me for 1 here, and you can force strain me for 2 there.
I'm gonna force strain you for 2 here.
Okay, so for the 2,
Isabel?
I'm going to get rid of a mining droid, and I'll get rid of this interrupt here, which only does something if I have Luke. So there's my 2 from there, and then 1 from here as well.
Here, I take this downstairs. Please.
Wait, the closest thing to Coruscant,
I'll ditch the electro binoculars.
Is-
They're a lot of work.
the closest thing to Coruscant, like, on the table right now, is Yevon.
Right. But the system for you in 4 isn't out. the only other system in play right now is Kessel, which is hyperspeed 8 to get from there to there. So Executor's pretty slow. So, are you going to play anything else? Either to bolster your land forces, or go to a different land location, or a different space location, or bolster your space forces, whatever you want to do. You can throw more cards out if you want to.
Now I'm thinking maybe I should have like waited. Because
Your transport docking transit from here is cheap.
but
It's only
like,
mine that's expensive to get to Endor.
so like I could like
You could move those out of there and go someplace else if you want.
I could go to Yevon 4 docking bay.
Yes, you could. Your transit from here is actually free if there's an Imperial present. He's an Imperial, Darth Vader is, so... So you're going to move them over to there. Move is your second last phase, by the way, so if you want to deploy anything, you do that before you move, technically. So, are you going to deploy anything? You're going to bring out another TIE fighter to go with your ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pay 2 for that one, because that's a fancy TIE interceptor. So that makes your Space Force harder for me to challenge. But it gives you some cannon fodder if I did challenge you, so that's good. And then you're going to move over here, and that's all you're doing? For deploy?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you did the move. Are you going to draw?
I'll draw one.
Okay. You happy with just drawing one? Because you can draw more if you want.
You know what, I'll draw 2. Okay, I'm glad I'm glad I did 2.
Okay, so you done for now?
Yeah.
Alright, my turn. I'm going to activate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all I get.
Oh. So do ships
I'm gonna force strain you here for 1.
do ships like Star Destroyers need a pilot?
Most ships have permanent pilots aboard. So you see this little yellow icon here? That's a permanent pilot, and it tells you in the text how much ability that pilot provides. There's one on this as well. I've never seen a Star Destroyer that doesn't have some permanent pilot.
You didn't give Lucas his medicine?
Some
Okay.
starfighters don't.
Medicine?
No.
Okay.
So technically I didn't need like this for the TIE Fighter or TIE Interceptor.
No, technically you didn't.
So maybe I could.
But you could put him on as a pilot on like the Executor as well, because the Executor can have, I think it's unlimited pilots. Like most ships say, they can have up to 1 pilot, 2 pilots, 3 pilots, whatever. Executor, I'm pretty sure, can have unlimited pilots. That's one of the things about it. Anyway, I'm gonna start deploying space, otherwise I'm never gonna get there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna bring out a Carillion Corvette over at Kessel. And to back it up, shoot, I gotta pay extra for that, don't I? Yeah, I do, because your this thing makes my non-unique starfighters cost 1 more, so I gotta pay an extra 1 to bring out an X-wing there as well, and I'll pay 1 to put
But the TIE
R2X2.
But there is like something about like the TIE Interceptor that says like Wait. Permanent pilot provides ability of 1 power plus 1
On the Corvette.
when present with an X-Wing during each battle, may fire one starship weapon aboard twice.
Right. So, but you have to have a weapon to deploy on it, because it doesn't have a weapon by default. Weapons are cards you have to deploy as extras, usually. And I didn't put a whole lot of weapons in these decks. And then... This is so awkward.
You know something that I would like?
You know what? I'm going to leave it at that. Your turn.
So
You can activate another 10.
okay, so
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right. And now you can force drain. Oh shoot, that's what I was gonna do. I forgot to do what I was gonna do. That's okay. I was so anyway. So you can force drain me here for 1 and here for 2. So that's total 3.
Here for 2.
2. Alright. Yeah, I'll get rid of it could be worse and a card from here, a Towels. And then here for 1 as well.
Yeah.
Rebel Trooper.
So
now your turn.
So I'm gonna put I was tempted to put this here, but I think this may not be able to do.
Ooh, that's an interesting situation if you do. You can deploy that there. It does not have enough to draw Battle Destiny on its own. And it has less power than these two ships do combined. So you would be at an disadvantage unless you have other stuff to put with it.
Well, I have another effect, which I guess I could put down.
Yeah, you can deploy the effect anytime. What's this one do? Deploy on table. Your force generation is +1 at each docking bay you occupy, or +2 if you control. Once per game, may take one of a bunch of systems or executor into hand from reserve deck. Reshuffle. You've already got your executor. But there's a possibility you could use this to search up more space systems. I forget which of those systems I might have in that deck. I don't think I own them all, so...
And I think a more smart play would be to put the Victory Class Star Destroyer with the Executor.
Or to hold it and draw some more and try and get more things you could deploy with it. Because if you put it there, it's still stuck there right now. It has a higher hyperspeed than the Executor, but it still doesn't have enough to reach out of there until you can get some more stepping stones in between. So if I were you, I might just hold on to it, draw a few more cards, and try and get something you can either deploy with it or other systems so that you can start moving your Executor over.
So I guess I'll...
Right now, I wouldn't send it to fight, and if you send it over there, it might just be useless. So if anyone has any other suggestions for him, feel free to comment. But a Victory Class Star Destroyer would have a hard time against a Corvette and a Starfighter on its own.
Wait,
At least in this game.
you know what I'm gonna do? I just got 2 creations.
Okay, well, you can keep drawing if you want to, or
Okay, just
you've
one.
got lots of cards there. That's the one good thing about this game that can be fun is it's
Okay,
easy,
just one more.
relatively easy to refill your hand. Let me know once you're done.
I'm done.
Okay.
Oh,
Once per game you can take.
Super Dave says search for a system close to. Okay, if I say this wrong, I'm sorry. Coruscant.
Yeah.
So your Star Destroyer could benefit from the Force. Drain bonus of Admiral.
Yeah, that's a possibility too.
Still risky as always.
You can search. Remember, this says once per game, so you can do this pretty much at any time. Is search your deck for one Cardia, Waklumi, Gaul, Quat, or Rendelli system. So you can look through for any of those 5 systems. You see, if you find a system in there, tell me the name, and I'll tell you if it's one of them. Cardia, Waklumi, Gaul, Quat, or Rendelli. And particularly, Dave is advising find something within 2 parsecs of Coruscant. So you can use Shiro.
Like I found this.
Okay, that's not one of these 5 systems, though.
Oh.
That was Kifix. You said you drew some more locations, so maybe they're already in your hand, too, but... You see any other space locations? They might be in your active pile, too. That's the problem.
No more locations.
Oh, I didn't find one, eh?
Like,
Just the Kifix, which isn't one of the ones you can get with it. Alright, well... Hopefully you drew one when you did your drawing, which will be useful to you. So you done, or are you going to draw a couple more? Or did you end your turn already? You can draw a couple more?
Draw one. Control?
Okay, that's an interrupt that you can use to cancel certain things. So, if I try to do certain things, you could use that to stop them, basically. Or I think it can also cancel a force drain.
Is it?
Which might be handy, actually.
Is it okay if I say what locations I have?
Well, I'm sure we'll find out as soon as you try and deploy them, so it's not urgent.
Okay.
Okay. My turn?
Okay.
Alright, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to activate. A little bit awkward, but I'll do what I can. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I will bring out another Corvette. Build up my Space Force here more. I will then pay 2, and here's going to be interesting because here's my 2. I'll bring red 1. This doesn't have a pilot on it, so right now it's useless to me unless I can find a pilot to deploy on it. That's one of the things I was drawing for, was to try to get some pilots to help get enough ability in space. So right here, I've got 3 ships with ability 1 each. So I still don't have 4. And then I've got a droid and a fighter with no pilot. So I don't have the ability to actually draw Destiny here yet, which is irksome, to say the least. I do have a decent amount of power and some forfeit kicking around, so there's that. Before I end my turn, I will pay 1 force, Docking Bay Transit my guys over to you, because I'm going to try and get a battle going on the ground here, unless you do something to stop it. And since we're being loose with forgetting things and letting it do later, what I should have done before I started deploying and moving around was a force drain. That's supposed to go at the start of the turn. We've been awful at remembering that, but we're learning, so we'll still do it. I'm going to force drain you at Kessel. So that's for 2 and force drain plus 1 here if you control, which I do. So that's for 3. Now, I think you said you drew a control. One of the things that's good for is canceling the force drain. So this is a force drain for 3. So you could use just that 1 card to stop it, or you could discard 3 cards.
I'll use it to stop it.
Okay, so you use the control, that stops the 3 force drain. That's a decent use of a control. And then I'm going to draw a couple and end my turn. And because I can't move and then initiate combat, so it's going to be up to you on your turn whether you want to try and fight my big crew on the ground here, or move to a different location, basically. So I'll draw 1. Oh, this is so awkward. 2. I hate this. I'll draw 3. And that didn't help either. I drew a pilot.
Okay.
It's a one I can't play.
I wish that we could have your face
Yeah,
in this right now, because
your turn.
Well, may as well.
Okay, so you did just draw the card, yeah? So that's nice and close to this, so that'll get Chiro's bonus. If you get stuff going
And
there.
there's also Cloud City.
Oh, Bespin, okay. So that one's closer to Kessel, I believe.
But it's a docking bay.
Oh, it's a docking bay, so it's okay. So we could just put it over here with our other docking bays. Because we got a lot of random docking bays right now.
And also, like, to support, like...
Okay,
there-
let's do things in order. Before you start deploying things, you had to activate.
Oh, right.
So,
Activate.
you were activating 10 last time, as I recall, and I don't think anything had changed yet. Yeah, I moved to this system, so that would change. First generation plus 1 at each occupy you occupy. So yeah, so that's plus 1 for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that you generate.
So, 1, 2,
First generation
3,
plus 1 at each
4,
system you control.
5, 6,
11.
7, 8, 9,
10, 11.
11.
So you've got lots of active force to
And
play.
I
Probably
think I know
anything you've
which
got.
to... You know what? I'm actually gonna, like, put down, like, the cards. These 2 here, and this here.
Okay. This gets a little bit interesting too. That's a Blizzard Walker. An AT-AT. They are great in wide open spaces. Docking bays aren't really wide open spaces. They can go in a docking bay, but I don't think they can use their power in a docking bay. I think they're packed up as a vehicle in a docking bay, or can they? Dave, if you're on, do you know the answer to that? Please let us know in the chat. I just want to confirm that, but I'm not sure where I can do it quickly. Character vehicle,
You know what?
maybe.
I'm also gonna, like, put this down as well.
Okay, so how much are you paying for all that? 6 and 6 is 12,
3,
15, 16. So you got to pay 16 for all that deploying.
1,
You know what?
2,
Unless we hear
3,
otherwise,
4,
is it
5,
the docking bay
6,
big enough for an AT-AT? Do you think?
7, 8,
I have no idea.
9,
Some of these docking bays I look at and
11,
go, yeah, an AT-AT could stand there. Some of them I think not. But
13.
just trying to double check the rules.
I don't think vehicles function at interior sites. Not all docking bays are interior.
Sites, right. Yavin is an interior site. Tatooine is an exterior and interior. Cloud City is exterior only. And this is exterior interior, interestingly, for Endor. So, yeah, it depends where they are, but because it's an interior site, your vehicle can't function as a vehicle. So, yeah. You can have it there, but it doesn't have enough room to actually use the Blizzard Walker there. Basically.
So,
depends what you're planning on doing. You could move it to a more open space if you want. Or you could try and fight me there, but you can't use it.
So, technically, like, wait, could I move them right now?
Yeah, it's your turn, so you get to decide whether you want to battle or move.
I'm gonna, like, move these here.
Just those two?
You know what? I could, like, just move all there.
Yes, you can. And then I'll have to chase you back if we want to butt fight. But this is also an interior site, so you could then move over to Mos Eisley where it's wide open for your walker. That's probably what I would do in this case. Either that or go to Cloud City Docking Bay, which is exterior, and on that landing platform you've got enough room to maneuver. So I'd try and get your walker either to Mos Eisley or the Cloud City platform where it can be useful. You've probably got enough power there to occupy multiple sites, but whether you could do it and still challenge, because I've got a pretty big force. You've got a pretty big force too now. If you split it up, it won't be as big. But Blizzard 1 has some immunity to attrition, I believe. And you've got Dan's Borden there, who's a pilot, who will do more if he's piloting Blizzard 1 than if he's just fighting on foot.
So, like, I could, like...
You could put Veers and Dan's Borden piloting Blizzard 1, because I think you can have 2 pilots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be a very strong walker for me to deal with. On top of your Vader with lightsaber and Trooper Davin Faith. Which, yeah, that's a lot.
So I got a decent space and ground force.
Yes, you do. Which is causing me headaches. That's okay. So are you done?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna pull a card.
You gonna draw? Okay. My turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The one
6,
card.
7,
The one
8,
card I
9,
pull.
10, 11.
The one card I pull just so happens to be an interrupt.
Yeah. I'm gonna need to be drawing some more cards, I think, because I'm gonna... How much power do I have here with Luke, with Hana and Chewie? That's 7, 10 power, 13, 14, 15, 16. Your walker alone is, with 2 pilots like them, 13 power, and then you've got Vader, and yeah, you've got more power than I do. With that walker is live. It's not live in the docking bay, though.
Go. Thanks.
That's my one advantage. So, something's gonna come to a head here one way or the other.
So when it's my turn, I could move them here.
Alright, I'll start by force draining you for 1 here and 3 here. So you gotta lose 4. From your deck or your hand or whatever. Like.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, you lost some interesting cards there. For probably out of the camera, he lost the Tyrant,
That's okay.
which is a Star Destroyer, a Trooper Assault, and 2 copies of Illis Harlot, which lets you move your people around it, interrupt speed, which can be very handy when you're trying to avoid or initiate a battle. So,
But interestingly enough, like, the card that I pulled on my left,
I'm gonna play.
just so happens to be a Trooper Assault.
Interesting. I'm going to play that. See, that card is good if you have a whole group of troopers. Right now, you only have 1 trooper on the board, so that's a little unfortunate. But I'm going to play Nightfall at Tatooine. So that means nighttime conditions. That doesn't affect much on its own, but there are certain cards which it affects. One of them is what I'm going to pay to deploy right now, a Tals. It gets power +2 under nighttime conditions.
Oh, where Thomas is? Go get it.
And I am going to then pay Docking Bay Transit from here is free. I'm going to pay free in order to move all my people over to join the Tals. So we're set up for a battle here where his walker still can't operate because it's an enclosed location. So if he's going to fight me, his people have to disembark from that walker and fight me on foot. Or he can run again to Mos Eisley, where his walker will be useful on his next turn. Because I had to do this during my move phase, sadly. Then I'm going to draw a couple more cards. Draw, and draw, draw, draw. Draw. I want to keep a few open, I think. I'll draw.
For people who keep coming in and out, Barry is just teaching Thomas how to play Star Wars CCG.
Right.
Thomas is our
So
13-year-old.
we're chasing ourselves around the docking bays at the moment. And we've got a fair bit of force built up on the ground and in space. And now it's your turn, Thomas. So you get to activate a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards. Up to 13 you can activate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Right. Okay, so you got 13 force. You can try and deploy stuff and then battle me. You can move. Actually, before we do that, 4 strains. 4 strains, 4 strains. Always remember 4 strains.
Well, the only card I have in my hand is Trooper Assault.
Right, well, I shouldn't know that, first of all, but I don't think it's going to do a whole lot for you.
This is
in
also a
situation.
teaching game, too,
Yeah.
so...
Oh, interesting. If you occupy once during each of your control phases, you may lose 1 force to retrieve 1 trooper into hand. So if you want to, you can lose a force, either from your hand or from your deck or whatever, to retrieve a trooper from your lost pile into your hand. So any card that says trooper in the text, a stormtrooper counts, whatever, from here, if you want to discard a card, you can go get a card from that's a trooper from here and put it in your hand.
So I'm gonna...
You're going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. You think you can find an interesting trooper? I know there's a couple in there, because I've seen that you discard at least a stormtrooper and an elite squadron stormtrooper.
What would you go for?
Depends on what I plan to do. Stormtroopers are free, which is nice. Elite squadron stormtroopers can be stronger, but you usually need a weapon to go with them. So I might just go for the stormtrooper.
What did you pick, Thomas?
Okay, you're going for the elite squadron stormtrooper?
Can I show it?
Because I
Okay,
think
and what did you lose? Because you had to lose a force to do that. Did you discard the top card of your deck?
yeah.
Okay, it wasn't the Tyrant, so you haven't done that yet? Okay, it's Lieutenant Cabal.
This is the one
Alright,
he
and then
discarded.
that's... You can still force drain me, so you can force drain me here for 2, and this is within 2 parsecs. You have it with a Star Destroyer, so you can force drain me there for 2 as well. So, force drain me for 4 total, I believe. That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
I'll lose an Old Ben for 1.
And also, I can also, like, move my...
I'll lose that pilot I drew that I can't play because it's Han Solo and he's already in play for 2.
Okay.
And then I will lose 2 more off my deck. A Corellian Corvette and a Mining Droid.
So, is it my turn to, like, move?
It's your turn to battle or move as you see fit, yes.
I'm gonna move.
Okay, so you're
So
moving
that...
over. Before you move, technically you should deploy. Are you going to deploy that trooper you just got?
I'm gonna deploy it. Like, I could deploy it here
And then you won't have to move it, yeah. Because to move, you got to pay for each thing you're moving. Now you've got a vehicle here which can hold things as passengers. So you could put them all on as passengers, embark them, move it, and then disembark the people you want. So you
I'll
only
do
have to-
that.
Yeah, so you only have to pay the 1. And you're leaving these 2 guys on as pilots? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that big walker now is got 13 power and is immune to attrition less than 4 and is going to be a major pain in the butt. Especially since it's got Darth Vader to accompany it, plus some troopers. Alright. You done for now?
Alright. And I'm gonna pull a card.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to activate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 force. I am going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to bring
What are you all giggling
Mom
about?
Martha out at the war room on Yavin. She's got an ability which lets me deploy 1 non-unique rebel from your reserve deck and reshuffle. So I go through my reserve deck for a non-unique rebel. Here's a rebel trooper. I'll put it to her so that she's got someone with her in case someone decides to stop by. And reshuffle. She also then, since she's at a war room, will subtract 1 from each opponent's battle destiny at all system locations, and adds 2 to forfeit of all non-unique rebels. So my rebel troopers are up to forfeit 4 instead of 2, and if we battle at a system anytime, I get your battle destiny is reduced by 1. Alright. I will then play... Here's an old blast from the past. A collision. You remember this one, Dave? I get to play this at a system where there's more than 1 ship present and see if they bump into each other and something gets wrecked. So, you've only got 1 system with more than 1 ship. So I draw destiny. If the destiny is less than the number of ships there, 1 is lost. And this is a lost interrupt. So I use 1 force to play it. it's lost, and then I draw destiny. So if it's less than 2, your ships smack into each other, and one of them is going to get wrecked. I drew Obi-Wan for my destiny, so it's 1. So your TIE fighter bumped into your Super Star Destroyer. You have to lose a ship. Which one is it going to be? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so
His TIE Interceptor didn't survive the collision with the Executor.
So I guess it was a good decision that I left this Victory's E-class Star Destroyer
Probably.
alone.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get over there. I want to, but I'm going to pay 2 to get pops on
nasty
the red one.
if all your ships are big.
Yes. Yes, it is. But even the way it was, I don't mind using it to get rid of a TIE Interceptor. That's fine with me. That's power 3 or 4, depending. Since I have X-Wings, that's probably power 4. So, I put pops on red 1, so now I can use it. And that gives me 2 more ability in space, so I can draw destiny. Woohoo! If I ever end up getting into a fight. There. Next, what do I have?
I wish I had a better camera set up so you
1,
could see what you
2,
guys are doing
3,
and see your
4, 5,
reactions.
6, 7. Now, here's where things get frustrating again, because I don't have a vehicle. So to chase him over to Mos Eisley, I need to pay for each person to move on their own. So I need to use 7 force, which is all my force, to move over there. Yeah. Not this turn. I'll save some force and hope to do it next turn. So I'm going to draw 1, 2...
I can't help but laugh when Thomas is giggling.
I'll just draw the 2 and then let Thomas go. So, you've got... Okay. You have a massive pile of active force.
But I've got 2.
Yeah, you don't have many cards in your hand. But you could activate probably more force than is in your deck right now. I think you can activate 13. So you want to leave some cards in your deck so that if you draw Battle Destiny, you can draw Battle Destiny, or if you need a Destiny for something. But you can activate some more force if you want.
Well, I guess I could put...
Start by activating.
Right, activating.
So how much of that deck do you want to activate? And how much do you want to leave there for Destiny draws?
You know what? Maybe I'll, basically just do 1.
Okay. Alright. So you're only activating 1. Okay. Now, do you have anything you want to deploy this turn? Mati. And how much does he cost to deploy?
3.
Ordinarily. But, read his text. It says, deploy -2 if at least 2 Imperial
You wanna show this
starships
one over here?
are on table.
Did I show it over here?
Yeah. So you have 2 starships on the table still? So he costs 2 less, so he only costs you 1 to deploy. So where are you putting him? You're putting him on that one?
Yeah.
So now that he has ability 3, your Star Destroyer base had ability of at least 1. I think that one has just 1. So you can draw Destiny if we get into battle in space there as well now. But, okay, before you start drawing and before you deployed Mati, Force Drains. We always forget the Force Drains. That's first thing. This was, always remember Force Drains. So, you can Force Drain me for 2 here, and I think as this guy's ability goes, that's when you for here and the better. Yeah. So, you can Force Drain me for 2 and for 2 for a total of 4. So I have to lose 4 force.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. I am going to lose 4 from my deck. 1. Oh, there goes the cantina. 2. There goes Yavin 4. That would have helped to get ships to each other, but 3. Mohat Noonan, and 4. Nabram Leeds.
More games are won or lost to force drains than to battles generally.
Generally, yes. Force drain is usually the bigger thing, but battles are fun. So then you deployed Mati. Are you moving anywhere, or are you content where you are, or are you just drawing more cards now?
I'm gonna draw 2 cards,
Okay.
and I got a.
You're content with just the 2?
You know what? I'll draw 3.
Okay. My turn. I don't have enough cards to activate them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I want to leave more? I'll activate 8 because I want to leave at least a couple for destiny draws. So that leaves me with, let me active 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. I need to use 7 to move all those guys. That leaves me with 6 that I can use to deploy stuff, and I need to initiate battle still, too. Okay. And I use abilities if I want. So, I'll pay 1. No, I won't. Before I deploy things, I'm going to force drain you. Force drain you for 1 here and for 3 here. So a total of 4 you have to lose somewhere.
So.
Okay, you lose Captain something. And a Hoth site. The Ice Plains. And you lose a TIE Fighter. And you lose the S614.
Sorry.
So mostly not much.
How many did you lose? Oh,
that's
this
major.
okay.
You lost 4 cards. Then I'm going to pay 1. And let's see if we can finally get... Oh, shoot. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get to the battle this turn. But I'm going to get into position and see if you run away again or if you're actually going to fight me now that you've got your walker.
Technically, I'm not on, like, an area that... Like, I'm technically not at, like...
Yeah.
I'm not at...
I'm bringing out a Towels. Which, it's still nighttime conditions on Tatooine, so he gets strength +2. And then I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3, and here comes Commander Wedge Antilles.
Can I show it?
And then I'm going to pay 7 to move my crew over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, overcome a second Tells, 2 Rebel Troopers, Baru Lars, and then the big heavy hitters
Yeah, that's
are
good.
Han Solo, Chewbacca, and C-3PO, because, well, if I had more droids, C-3PO would be better.
Can I see him? That one needs a closer up. There you go.
So, I've got a fighting force here with a substantial amount of power now,
Ooh.
and so does Dave, and Dave gets the opportunity...
So does Dave.
So does Thomas. And Thomas has the opportunity to deploy a couple more cards before we begin the fight, which is going to be interesting.
Well, I only have, like, 1 card that can be deployed onto, like, a ground area.
Right, well, you've still got the opportunity whether you have anything to actually use it with or not. So we'll see. This could be a big fight. And, yeah.
So,
What's the first thing you have to do?
So, is it my turn now?
It is your turn now.
So
we've been gearing up for a replay
So-
since that Stormtrooper got crushed all battle, and I
So-
think we got something
So,
interesting
is it, like-
developing.
Old habits die hard. Guess he had some frustrating games against me also.
Yeah, well, there's that.
So, like,
So you again can activate as much force as you want because you've got most of your force active already.
so
You start off with your force drains.
force drain. May as well do.
So total of 4. I'll lose a rebel pilot because I don't think I'm gonna have need of him. And then 3 more. 1, I lose a Y-wing. 2, I lose hyperspace escape. And 3, there goes Luke Skywalker.
Oh, Luke needs a close up. Yeah, sorry. There we go.
Oh,
Poor Luke never saw the light of day, but but we got Han and Chewie, so that's something.
And also,
Oh, and you're going to deploy Kifix, so that's another system out there that you could force drain for even more at if you get stuff out there.
and also,
Okay, you got to pay 2 for a Imperial squad leader. Now, this is interesting because he's got stormtroopers. He's got Trooper Dev and Faith, and he's got an elite squadron stormtrooper. So up to 3 troopers can team up with that guy to move.
Am I
So
showing
that
this?
makes him cheaper to move things around. Or at least it would if he didn't already have a big walker that he could just put everybody on board. But it's another trooper, too, for his trooper assault, which he mentioned he has. So now he's got 3 troopers that can make use of the trooper assault.
and also, I did put down the Devastator.
Oh,
Kifix.
On Kifix. Okay. Okay. Now we have to check if you've got enough to actually pay for all this, because the Devastator's expensive. Devastator costs 8. This guy costs 2. So you need to pay 10 to deploy both of those.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ooh,
Okay.
we're up to 5 viewers.
10. Alright.
Hello, everybody. Hello, new viewers.
So you've got 10. And you deployed that to another system. So again, now you control this system with the Star Destroyer. It's also within 2 parsecs of Coruscant with Admiral Churro. So that's 3 places that'll get the bonus from Churro. And this one you could force drain for 2 to begin with. So you'll be able to start force draining me for 7 a turn with that very soon. Assuming we survive this battle. So, I'm assuming you're going to initiate battle here.
Yep.
You have to pay 1 to do that, by the way. And you've got your 2
Wait,
pilots on board
so-
your big walker. So, let's...
Wait, do I, like, put these...
At the end of the turn.
Oh.
Not yet. Okay, so... He has Blizzard 1 with power 7, which has General Veers, which gives power plus 3 to any combat vehicle he pilots. On Blizzard 1 also adds 1 to armor and draws 1 battle destiny if not able to otherwise. He's got enough stuff. He has enough to not able to otherwise. It doesn't apply. But he's also got Dan's Borden, who adds 3 to the power of... Oh, any starship he pilots. I thought it was anything he pilots. So, that's not a starship. So, he doesn't actually add plus 3 on there. So, you want him on the ground instead?
Yeah.
Okay, that was my mistake. So, he adds 1 on the ground. We'll put him with Vader for a reason. So this guy on here, that's 10 power right there. Then Darth Vader with lightsaber adds another 6 power.
And then this has 1.
And he has 1, so that's
And
17.
then and there's another 1, and 2, and another 1.
And then another 4 in troopers. I'm assuming you might want to play your trooper assault as well.
Yep.
Which gives them all... What does this do? Each of your troopers present is power +2 and immune to attrition for remainder of turn. So that would be another, instead of 4 power, 10 power. So +6 would be a big difference. I, however, happen to have sense, and that thing is not immune to sense. So cancel 1 interrupt card by drawing a destiny less than the ability of your highest ability character. Now, my highest ability character on the board, sadly, is Han Solo.
Can I show that one?
If I had Luke or Obi-Wan, I would have a better chance at this actually working. So I need to draw less than 3 in order for this to cancel your trooper assault. 2. It worked, so that cancels the trooper assault. So discard the trooper assault. Sense is a used interrupt, so it's discarded. So you still get the 4 from this, and you had 17, so you got 21 power there.
And you have...
What do I have? These towels under nighttime condition are power 3 each.
So that would be
6, 9 with wedge, and then I've got Chewie, who's +1 with Han, so that's 6, 7, and 3 for Han is 10 for the 2 of those together. So that's 19 with Commander Wedge and the towels. 19, 20, and a pair, because he's my only droid. 22, and then a couple of troopers and Baru for 1 each. 25. So my total power is 25, and your total power was, what did we say? 21? So I'm up by 4 on our raw numbers right now. But you've also got a weapon. So Darth Vader can try and chop somebody. And if he hits, if hit target is forfeit 0, and basically has to be, and is killed, basically. So who are you going to try and hit?
Han Solo.
Han Solo, he's the hardest to hit, and he gives Chewie 1 more power. But he's not the most powerful character there. Chewie would be a little easier to hit. But then again, Han also has his other ability, which lets me manipulate my battle destinies a little bit. So he's a good target as well. You sure you want to go for Han?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have to pay for that. You draw 2 destiny, and if the total of those 2 is greater than 3, is his defense value, his ability. So 1, your first draw has 1. So 1 plus, what's your second draw? 0. So you, but you missed Han. Poor Han got away.
So...
Actually, the towels could jump in front, I think. Just a second here. May forfeit in place of any other character hit by a weapon at same site. So yeah, I would have just had my towels take the hit for that.
Yeah, but it would have also lowered your...
It would have lowered the forfeit value for sure. Anyway, so that part is done.
But one of the things was like a location.
Yeah, the
Which-
locations are really bad to draw as destiny, but they're handy to get out early in the game. You know, it's a real balancing act as to how many you want in your deck. Anyway, so right now I'm up by 4 in power, and we have to draw Battle Destiny.
So I'm going to have to put them...
No. You just, they go to your used pile if you drew them for Destiny. You're not discarding them. So I'm up by 4 in power. We each draw Battle Destiny now. I draw a 2.
I also draw, like...
You drew a 1.
Oh.
Okay.
I was looking at the.
Is his turnover yet? Because of this pile, I'm just wondering if that's supposed to go back under yet.
Not until the end of the turn.
Okay.
So, so that you add 1 to your total. I add 2 to mine. So, I was up by 4. Now I'm up by 5. So you have to lose 5 force and 2 from there. I have to lose 1 from here because of the attrition from your battle destiny draw. So I have to choose what I'm going to lose from here, and you have to choose to lose 5. It can be from here or it can be anywhere. This was a battle destiny, so it goes over here. It's not in play. All right. Well, I'm going to lose one of my rebel troopers. Actually, what's Brew worth? I'll lose a rebel trooper.
He doesn't want to lose everything from here, though, because then he's...
No, he has to lose at least 2 from this site. Unless everything is immune to attrition, which it's not. His walker's immune to attrition. His troopers would have been if the trooper assault had gone through, but they're not. So he has to lose at least 2 from here.
So, like, am I gonna have to, like...
You can lose from this as well, like any of the 3 piles that are your life force. So if you want, you can lose the 5 cards from there, and then for your 2, lose Dan's Borden. Or something.
So, like...
Or a trooper.
So, like, something I could do is...
But I don't think you want to lose all from your... Do you? Or... I don't know.
You could lose all 5 from here if you were getting that low on force, but he's really not at this point. So he lost a bunch of cards, another system. Oh, there you did have Randelli. He lost a Trooper Assault, Mara Jade's Lightsaber.
So, wait, could I like switch this out
and
for something else?
No, not unless you got a card that lets you do it.
Oh.
So that's his losses. He only lost 1 power here, so it's not a huge difference at this point. And then that's the end of this turn. That battle didn't work out as well for you as it would have if the Trooper Assault had gone through, because the difference was 5 and that added +6, so you would have won that battle if the Trooper Assault had gone through. So I had to lose 1 guy from here, which was 1 power. You lost 1 guy from your side, which was 1 power. So we're basically back at the same position we were. End of your turn. Are you going to draw some cards?
I'm going to draw a card.
Which one is his...
Trooper Assault.
I'm not even sure. Which pile is the one he draws from?
It's that one he draws from. The active pile. You going to draw another, or... Okay. And then that's all you had to draw, so these then cycle back to the bottom of your deck.
Okay.
So, like I assume interrupts are used in battle?
Interrupts can be used anytime.
Oh.
But usually a lot of them have conditions. You use it, when something happens. So, Trooper Assault, I think, is whenever a battle is initiated, you can play it. So.
But what about this one, though?
Illusolot, that, I think you can use it just about any time, to be honest. I'm going to activate, a few. I only have a few cards left in my deck. Force Strains. I'll Force Strain you. I can't Force Strain you here because now there's opposition, but I'll Force Strain you for 3 in space. So you have to lose 3 cards.
1.
Okay, location on Hoth,
2.
Stormtrooper, and DS612. Okay, I will then go for round 2 at Mos Eisley. Since I won the last one, I'm hoping to win again.
Could I use interrupts,
Yes, you can respond with interrupts. So you've got 2 options there. You could either use Illusolot and try and hire transport to get your guys out of there and avoid the fight, or you could use your Trooper Assault and we'll
I'm going to use
again.
my Trooper Assault.
Okay, you still have all your troopers, so that's +6 to your total. So your total here, you've got 10, 16, And now this is another 10, so you got 26 power this time going in.
You can do stuff.
My power here is 10,
Learning how to play
19, 22, 23, 24. So now you're up on base power total by 2 before we get to Battle Destiny.
So,
And you could try and chop someone with your lightsaber again. I'm gonna have the towels take the hit. So you might as well just target the towels. They're easy to hit. They've only got 1 defense.
you know what? I'm gonna target the towels.
Okay, so draw 2 destiny and see if the 2 together add up to more than 1.
There's
2, so that hit him.
And 1.
Okay, so you hit one of my towels.
So, like,
Okay,
where do I put these?
they go to your use pile.
So they'll go back under.
Yes, they'll go back under there. And, okay, so you're up by, what did we say, 2 on total power? So each draw a battle destiny. I drew a 0.
I drew a 2.
Okay, I'm going to use Han's ability, pay 1 to redraw that 0, because I don't want a 0 right now.
Are there any Ewok cards?
There are. I drew a 4.
Oh.
So, you're 2 plus the 2 you were up, and I'm plus 4. So that makes us even. Nobody has a power advantage. So there's no force losses due to the battle in general. But now we have to deal with attrition. The towels that you hit with your lightsaber is forfeit 0. I can't use it to forfeit attrition, and it's going to die. So I've already lost the towels. Now I need to forfeit something else worth at least 2. Baru's going to go this time. On your side of the table, your choices are a bit more interesting. You're going to have to lose something worth 4 forfeit.
I think I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
This is immune to attrition less than what? Less than 4. So it's up for grabs too, actually. But you got to lose something there for a total of 4. You can't lose from your hand.
Oh.
Attrition has to be satisfied from the things at the site. Now, does one of your guys give a forfeit bonus to some of your others? I'm trying to remember here. Yeah, this guy here, the Imperial Squad Leader, your troopers at same site are forfeit plus 1. So these 2 are troopers, they each get plus 1 forfeit value. So you could lose one of these 2 troopers.
I'm gonna lose this one.
Why?
Why do you want to lose this one?
Wait, which of them is better? Which one's better?
Good thing it's a learning game.
This one has power 1 unless he's equipped with a blaster, and you don't have a blaster here. So he's got power 1 and he's got power 2.
So I think
So
I
you
might
might
just
as well
do
get
that
rid of
one.
the weaker one, yeah. And that forfeit, that covers your attrition.
That's when he lost.
So he lost that 1 trooper, and I ended up losing the towels that was mowed down by a lightsaber and Baru. So technically speaking, he came out ahead on that battle, even though we tied on total power because of my lucky draw, thanks to Han manipulating the destiny draw. Otherwise, I would have had to lose 4 force to the battle, and then we would have lost that stuff, basically. So, that basically wraps up my turn. I'm going to draw a couple cards before I end. Draw 1, draw 2, draw 3.
So wait. Do I put these
That's
under
when
or
his,
do I...
when his, I think it's when your dad's turn is over, right?
I would be heavily considering going to Kifix if I could, because that thing's going to force drain me for 3 there, and all it is a lone Star Destroyer. The problem is the distance between Kessel and Kifix is 6. So I need hyperspace 6. I've got 2 Corvettes that only have hyperspeed 3 and 2 X-Wings with hyperspeed 5. I do have a droid, which I could throw on a fighter to give it +1 to all its stats. But neither of these have space to add a droid to them. So I can't actually get there. That's unfortunate. So, I'm staring down the barrel of a big force drain and I have to let Thomas go. This game is actually closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to beat him?
Well, it depends. Because he did make the early mistake with the Stormtrooper and that did cost him. But he's been...
That goes back into there? Or is
no,
it after his turn?
At the end of his turn.
Okay.
At the end of my turn, these go back under here.
Oh, okay.
Now it's Thomas's turn, so he can activate as much force as he wants from his pile here. You want to leave a couple for destiny draws again, but you can activate some if you want. So you've got some to play things with, or to activate abilities, or to pay for things like your LSR lot, which you're going to have to pay for if you decide to use.
How much does he need for that?
It depends. You draw destiny to see how much it costs.
Okay. So how much should he have in a pile for that?
Probably 3 or 4 to be safe, I would say, in that deck.
Okay, Thomas.
But how many does he have if he wants a couple weapon destiny draws and a couple... Yeah, see, it's getting thin now. So you got to, you don't know.
Okay.
You know what?
So that's all you want to activate?
Yeah.
You going to force strain me for 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one coming. I'm going to discard 1, a Timer Mine, 2, Tatooine, which, if I play it, I could start moving over. I just don't know if I've got enough to make it worthwhile now, and then he's going to start moving over all the Star Destroyers, and that would open a bigger can of worms. I'm just trying to see if I can outlast them other ways here. So I'll also discard, that's 2... 3, I'll discard the Out of Nowhere, which would be handy in a space battle, but it's looking less like that's going to happen now. I'll discard Alter for 4 cards, and then 5, 6, and 7 from my deck. There goes Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Bye, Obi-Wan.
Bye. Obi-Wan and Luke never saw the light of day. But Han and Chewie are doing work, so that's something.
We know who the real heroes are. Come on.
Yeah.
So, I can do another battle.
You can. You can battle me again if you want, and you think you got a chance to make
I'm gonna
more
battle you
progress.
again.
You are going to battle me again. Okay. So you got to pay 1 to initiate battle.
Wait. From here. Right.
Yeah. And then we do up our totals again. So you've got 10, 16, 19 power, unless you've got another Trooper Assault. That one used, the one you used last turn, that should have been back in your deck. Because it's a used interrupt. Used interrupts go back into your used pile. Lost interrupts go into your lost pile after you've used them. So used is better.
Well, my only interrupt is...
Right, well that won't help you during a battle. That's to avoid a battle. So, you've got 19 power. I've got 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm up on power by 1. And now you get to use your weapon, and then we get to do our destiny draws.
I'm gonna... Wait, how easy is
C-3PO, he has basically no defense value.
Well, then I'll target him.
Okay. And I'm probably going to have the Tells jump in the way again, but see if you can beat a 0 with 2 draws.
Doesn't he only have 1 draw? Because
It's a lightsaber swipe. He gets 2 draws and adds them together.
1.
So you got 1 on your first draw and 1 on your second.
Oh, careful.
3.
Okay, well, there you go.
And I...
C-3PO would be hit, but I'm going to have the Tells jump in front and take the hit, so the Tells gets chopped instead of C-3PO. Ordinarily, that only cost me 1 power. Tells are good that way, except nighttime conditions.
Could Ellis Hurlo bring pilots from the fleet to the ground?
I think it's only from site to site. That's a good question, though. Can I read it? Any of your characters at one site may attempt to higher transit to another site. So no, it can't pull characters off a Star Destroyer. Because that's a system, not a site. Okay, so I'm up by 1 on power. We're ready for our battle destinies now.
Yeah.
I draw 0.
I draw 1.
I'm gonna redraw using Han Solo's ability. 4. Yay. 4 is better. So. Yeah. So I was up by 1. I did 3 better on the destiny draw. So you have to lose 4 force and then 4 from there. I have to lose 1 from here. So I lose the towels that go sit by the lightsaber regardless, and I'll have the rebel trooper as my other attrition. So I lost those 2. I'm down to just my main characters basically is all I've got left here. And you have to lose total of 4 forfeit from that site plus 4 force, which can be from anywhere. That guy, because of him forfeit plus 1, will cover your attrition nicely. Do you want to lose cards from your deck? Or you could discard your Illuserlot as well. Or you can lose, like this guy, from this site to cover 3 cards.
I'm gonna do this one.
Right now he's only worth 1 power to you. So you want to lose him and that one for your 4? Or you want to leave him here for now?
I'm gonna leave him there.
Then you have to lose 3 other cards from your deck. Or your piles, whatever.
There's one he knows. He's like, he's going to pick something.
You can't. Yeah, it has to be from the top of the pile. You can't fish cards out of the pile. You remember cards you drew for Destiny recently? So there's, you know what some of those are going to be. If you take that one, you won't have any option to draw anything.
This one?
You can, if you want. 2. And 1 more from either or. Oh, there goes Tarkin. So you've got nothing left to draw. That's the end of the turn. These go back. It's getting down to it, isn't it? Alright, my turn. These don't restock. I'll activate 1. And I will force drain you for 3. So you have to lose 3 more cards. Force drain you for 3. So you have to lose 3 cards. Hand or deck.
Give him some advice, Barry. Come on.
He doesn't have any choices anymore. He's got no hand. All
Okay.
he's got is his deck. So he's got to flip 3.
Okay. I thought he could
1.
pick stuff that's on the...
Like,
2.
this is what, like, I wanted to...
There goes the Dreadnought.
Like, this is what I wanted to, like, happen.
Yeah.
This is really hurting Thomas to lose right now.
Yeah.
And
It's
there's
not
a
actually...
trooper.
Yeah. The Trooper Assault might have been more useful. Well, maybe not. You don't have many troopers left anyway.
It's just a trooper.
Alright. So... Do I think I can win this fight? At this point, I am down to 10... I've got no more troopers and Talses to sop up the... I've got 10, 16 power. You've got 10, 17 power. But I have a chance to deploy things. Aha! Another Tals. So, that goes from me being down 1 in power to me being up 2 in power before we start. I'll pay to initiate combat. So I'm up 2. You can chop with your lightsaber at something or someone. And no matter what, Tals is jumping in front of it. But you can try and chop at 3 people if you want.
Tells.
Tals? Okay. So, Draw your 2 weapon destiny and see if you can beat 1. Okay, that's your first destiny is a 0 for Ozzel.
Second, 2.
2. So you hit the tells. Chop, chop, chop. He's forfeit 0, and he's got to die. I'm still up by 2 on power. Now we draw our battle destiny. I draw 3. So what do you got for your battle destiny?
A 2.
Okay. So you have to lose 3 force and 3 from there. And I have to lose 2 from here aside from this guy.
Wait, I just realized I only have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it's getting down to the rough and tumble. So you could lose guys from here.
It's almost done.
Most of you guys are pretty expensive here. So you got lots of forfeit value if you don't want to lose those last 2 cards in your deck. Which would probably be wise, because if it gets back to my turn, I'm going to force drain you for 3.
Wait, so is it only...
How many cards are left in your deck here? 3 total?
But there's a...
Oh, and that one for Destiny, right. So you can survive 1 more turn if you don't lose any more cards from your deck. So that means you need to lose 1 card for the attrition, and another card to cover the damages. So you need to lose 2 cards from that side. And I need to lose 2 cards from this side.
So...
Pains me, but I'm going to keep Wedge and lose 3PO.
Oh.
Thomas is... Hurry up, Thomas.
Your vehicles, starships, or droids at same site go to use pile rather than lost pile when they're hit.
His nose...
He's not hit, he's just being
His nose is,
forfeited. So, poor 3PO got it that time, along with the tells.
Go, go, go.
And then, so was the trooper okay, you had to lose 4 force and 3 from there, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be your attrition, or this isn't enough to cover the 4. So which other card are you going to lose to cover the 4? Do you want to keep your 2 characters? Do you want to keep your one of your characters in the walker?
Like I want to keep the walker out, but I also want Vader out.
Right.
Suggestions?
It's tough. Vader could pilot the walker, because he adds 3 to the power of anything he pilots. So you could have Vader piloting the walker around instead of Veers.
And Veers is 5.
Yeah, he would cover it.
I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
Okay. It's tough, but like I said, we're getting down to the nitty gritty
But
here.
does the walker necessarily need a pilot, or is it just...
This one doesn't have an automatic pilot. A lot of the walkers have an automatic pilot. This one does not. So you need some pilot to use it.
So I'm gonna have to...
Stick Vader on board where he can't use his lightsaber, but he can pilot the big, walker. And then he's adding 3 to its power instead of using his own power to battle. So you got power 10 there now.
And you got...
10 with Chewie and Han Solo, and then 3 more
So
with
right
Wedge.
now it's even.
No, it's not, because I've got Wedge there as well.
Oh.
So Wedge gives me an advantage of 3 sitting here now. Anyway, that was the battle. You I've got nothing else to do to reconcile other than flip my cards, and it's your turn. So your turn. You can activate. This goes here at the end of the battle. You can activate that one if you want to. But you've got no battle destiny if you're going to... So you can use the one if you want to move the walker away, or you can leave it there. Honestly, I'd leave it there, because if you move it away, I can force drain. I just wouldn't initiate battle, because you're down on stuff there now. Although you do have immunity to attrition less than 4. Which could matter. But it's a gamble. Honestly, I'd probably sit there and try and kill me with force drains.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to use an R force drain.
Alright, so you're force draining me for 2 and 2 and 3, so a total of 7.
Yeah.
I'm gonna discard this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 1 card left in my deck.
And I got 3.
You should have 4, right?
Oh yeah, 4.
Yeah, so here's what I would do. Don't move this. Leave it here to block my force drain. I wouldn't try and fight me because that's a gamble. I would just let me go. All I can do then is force drain you for 3. You've got 3 to cover it. Oh no, wait. I could activate and battle you, but then I've got no destiny draw myself. Whereas you would have a battle destiny.
So essentially the next turn decides it.
Next turn is going to decide it one way or the other.
Well, let's go.
It's coming down to the last cards here. So, is that what you're going to do?
Like,
You force drained me down to this.
Don't battle.
I wouldn't battle right now because I do have a card I can draw. But if I want to battle you, I'm going to have to use it, so I'm not going to have a card to draw.
Yeah, do what Dad said.
yeah.
Just leave it.
So just sit there, block me from force draining you at this site.
No,
Darth Vader's hiding inside his walker where he's nice and safe.
that's not for you. Here, Ridley, you want some milk?
At the end of your turn, these cards cycle down so you can use them for battle destiny. And it's my turn. Alright. I activate my 1
Almost
force because I can. That gives me the option to initiate a battle. I'll force drain you for 3. You have no choice, you have to lose 3 cards. I would keep 1 for a battle destiny in case I initiate battle. So lose your active 1 and 2 of those. Yeah, another Star Destroyer, which at this point we don't have enough resources to even play. Commander Prague and Admiral Ozzel. At least you got rid of the 0 destiny draw.
Alright, so let's just show.
So, now my choice is battle you and hope the heck I can win. Or pass and you're going to force string me to death. So my only option is to battle and hope I can force you to lose on this
Brinley's
battle.
freaking out downstairs.
So I initiate battle even though I have no deck to draw battle destiny from if I wanted to. So I've got guaranteed 0 battle destiny, but I have power 10 from Chewie and Han, 13, to his power 10 for Vader piloting the big walker. So I'm up by 3 in this battle. He's going to have to lose 3 force minus, let's see what he gets for battle destiny.
2.
2. So I still win the battle total. He's going to have to lose at least 1 point. He only has 1 card to lose, so he's going to have to lose something from here to cover it, or he loses.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to lose 2 from here. And he has stuff he can lose. So I'm going to lose Wedge.
Bye, Wedge.
You have to lose either your Walker or Vader.
Does it matter which one?
Oh, wait a minute. Does he? No, yes, he does, because he has to lose at least 1 point, and he only has 1 in his deck, so he can't afford to lose this, or he loses the game.
So
Does it matter which one
I'm
it
gonna
is?
have to lose the walker.
Yes, you're going to have to lose... Well, you could lose Vader, but you lose the walker. So
All right.
Vader is staring down Han and Chewie, and I can't do anything else. So I end my turn. Thomas, it's your turn. You've got you.
I'm gonna use Force Strain.
Yeah, you force strain me. I am dead. There goes my last card.
There you go. Thomas
I
wins his
win.
first game.
Yeah, Thomas won his first game. And
Vader.
Vader chopped up a bunch of towels.
Vader wins.
Vader wins. Poor Han and Chewie are sitting over here moping because they got close, but no.
Well, there you go.
And my fleet was stuck at Kessel while he controlled 3 systems with Admiral Churro, and that's what won him the game.
Yeah.
Was his fleet draining me to death over there that I couldn't get to.
Do you want to show the fleet?
You want to show off your fleet, Thomas?
Yeah.
There.
He was controlling Kifix, Carda, and Coruscant.
Here, just let me see. Oh, I got it upside down.
He had
No, I don't.
the Executor with Admiral Churro at Coruscant. He had a Victory-class Star Destroyer with Mati at Carda. And he had the Devastator at Kifix. So, he had quite the little fleet going. I had enough that I could have fought something. I had 2 Corellian Corvettes and 2 X-Wings stuck over at Kessel. And I was doing work with them. I was force training for 3 every turn, but ultimately it just wasn't enough.
Yeah. So,
But it was a fun little game. Did you enjoy it, Thomas?
Yeah.
Would you like to try this again someday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
is there another game that you guys might like to try, or do we have suggestions maybe to other games that we might want to try? And
Like something
Play like
I
this?
would like to try.
do you want to
doing.
try the Harry Potter game,
We
or
could. I'd like to try it at some point.
Lord of the
Something
Rings?
I would
or-
like to try and do is maybe you try playing the Star Trek.
Well, for those of you watching, we have a few different games that we could try and do a tutorial type game. I mean, some of us would be learning some of these games anyways, but out of the games we have My Little Pony, which we haven't tried in a while. We have Pokemon, of course. Lord of the Rings. We got some Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
More older stuff than current. The most current stuff we have is
Thomas
the
and
Lord.
I tried Star
Lord of
Trek
the
for
Rings.
the first time this summer, so that is another
Yeah.
option if you wanted to try that again.
We got Star Wars.
Even
And,
with the Star Wars,
Yeah.
I've got Death
this is what
Death Star 2 starter decks and other decks I've made if we
Yeah.
want to get into some of the more advanced rules. But
it's been up and down. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah.
So it's a stream.
Yeah, we did a live stream.
Oh.
So, anyways,
What did or are you doing?
we're just finishing it up.
Just wrapping it up now.
Wow.
Okay, go. So yeah, if you have ideas of games that you'd like to see us try, we can even do a board game. Even, yeah, drop some ideas,
Seriously, Brinley?
and we can try them another time. Thank you for those of you who have been in and out. Thank you for those. Shh, can you please stop, Isabel? Thank you for those who are watching the replay. Yeah, and if you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. We appreciate it.
There's my Obi-Wan that never saw the light of day. But,
Yeah, so... but we are open to other ideas of things to put on, what people want to see.
Okay, Brinley.
We do have a lot of older stuff.
yeah.
We can even pull out Settlers and play a game of Settlers.
Oh no! Oh, board games is another whole. Like,
Yeah,
we've got-
well, I know.
We've got Catan. I've got that old Lord of the Rings board game, which is a lot of fun.
Isn't
We've
there
got
also
a couple of different versions of Risk.
Isn't there also the
Are you stinky?
Star Wars chess thing that we have?
Yes, but that's just the chess set
Okay.
with different shaped pieces.
He's thinking,
I mean, it's
but he
interesting
doesn't
too,
want to
but
get changed.
But yeah, I guess we're going to have to call that now because it is past people's bedtimes.
it sure is.
And we still have to get to the store to get some bread and milk for the morning. So, thank you for those
Oh, here
who
comes
popped
the
in.
monster.
Yeah, there's the little monkey climbing on the table.
What are
Catch
you
again?
doing up there?
All right. Bye for now. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Have a good night.